Hi guys, welcome back. This is another 8.5 by 11 layout for Carl, and you see him here with my daughter Rachel. These pictures were taking in New York in June, and I'm using products from my stash. So this is a stash use up your stuff video. So I was really excited to use them. I pulled out my Felicity Jane stamps. I wanted to do some stamping, and I just love some of the sayings like blah blah blah, yeah, whatever. Just saying, and you'll realize why when I start telling you the story, but I haven't used my stamps much on layouts in quite a while, so I was pretty excited to use this. I also pulled out some labels and the Lakeside by Pebbles 6x6 paper pad, some little bits and bobs from my stash, washi tape, a camera, paper clip, some fancy pants orange stickers that I haven't used in quite a while, and an old Maggie Holmes 12 by 12 paper pad. So I started pulling some colors. We went to the Mets game. As you guys know, I'm a new nurse and I started working back in May. And the last time we're a Mets family, hey, don't hate right now, okay? I can hear some of you, but it was in the marriage contract for me, okay? So anyway, so the kids have grown up Mets fans, and my husband's a Mets fan, so of course I'm a Mets fan too. So we always wanted to take the kids back to a game. Being a military family, you know, things were always tight, and we weren't able to do a lot of big things like that. Tickets are expensive. When you go to any kind of game, I don't care if it's basketball, baseball, football, eating there is expensive, parking's expensive, the whole thing's expensive. But back in 2008, I want to say, we surprised Eric when he came back from one of his deployments, was in Iraq, I'm sorry. I surprised him for Father's Day with tickets to go on Father's Day to a doubleheader at Shea Stadium, and it was one of the last games done at Shea Stadium. So and since then, that was the last time we were there. We had a great time, but of course, you know, we packed lunches and, you know, couldn't afford to do a lot for the kids. They each got one small souvenir. And so this year, Eric's like, you're working, let's, you know, take the kids and go to a game. And so we did. And we also had Matt. He was a friend of Carlton's that lived with us for like 6 months because his family had to move during his school year, and he didn't want to lose the credits that he obtained here. So he lived with us from January until June and went back to live with his family. So we took him along, and then we also took the girls' boyfriends. So instead of driving up and back like we did back in 2008, which was a lot, it was just too much to do. You know, you're exhausted from the game and, you know, the heat and all. So we decided to do a big weekend of it. So we drove up Saturday morning, watched a game on Saturday. Those were tickets a little further up, but they were still really nice tickets. And we stayed the night at a hotel just on the back side of the parking lot there, and come to find out a lot of players stay there, and which was really cool. And then we watched another game on Sunday, nicer seats on Sunday, better view, great. I mean, both days were great. But anyway, the fun part is the boys, Carl and Shelby's boyfriend Nick are not Mets fans. In fact, Carl and his family are Yankees fans. Yeah, so you can see how hard it was for him no, he had a great time, and so did Nick. But not only did we have them go, which of course they wanted to go because it was just something fun to do, but one day they were giving out free Mets hats, and then the next day they were giving out free Mets jerseys to the first so many people in line. So we made the boys wear their stuff. And so the top picture is the tailgating on the second day. We got our stuff. So Carl's wearing the hat and stuff, and then the second day was the jersey. So Rachel's holding up her picture or her jersey smiling, and he's wearing his with like this pouty, Dad, they made me do it look. He's like, you guys don't even know what I'm going to have to hear from my family and friends for wearing this stuff. But they were both really good sports, and yeah, I have pictures of Nick and Shelby in his gear too, so it was pretty fun. It was nice to be able to afford. Now that's something we cannot do every weekend, but we went all out. We did some tailgating. We ate out, ate in the, well, all these boys, we were eating everywhere, out of the park, in the park, after the park. So anyway, it was a really good time, and we had to take two vehicles. So Eric and I are in the car with Carlton and Matt in the back seat, and then the truck was all of the older ones, Rachel and Carl, Shelby and Nick, and Shelby was driving, and they were driving Eric's truck. Well, getting to New York, my heart's starting to beat a little bit faster, and we live in Delaware. Okay, Route 1 is like nothing compared to where I grew up in Tacoma, Washington, or New York City. And Eric took one. He was so busy showing the kids the Statue of Liberty, which was really hard to see out in the bay as we were crossing the bridge. Don't know the name of the bridge. But right after that, there's a sharp turn to the left, or you go straight. Well, he thought he had to go to the left. I'm like, honey, I think we need to go straight. Well, of course, he knows everything and is always right. So we went to the hard curve to the left, and not shortly after that, he realized he took a wrong turn. OMG. We had to go through so many boroughs, and we went through Coney Island, and it was packed and backed up, and it's summertime, and people, I'm texting the kids in the truck to tell Shelby to stay right on our butt. Do not let anybody in, because they will force their way in, and they did. But she did a great job. That poor kid. By the time we got to the stadium parking lot, I was having a cow, and she looked like she was a little stressed. And she said, "Dad, don't ever do that again." So anyway, it was a trip. I was just so thankful, because they're your babies. I don't care how old they are. They're your babies. We're in a busy traffic area. Nobody cares that you're together and you're from Delaware. Nobody cares that they're your kids. And, I was just like, and then come to find out, apparently, they were making fun of me while in the truck. Like, Rachel's in the back going, "Oh, are you seeing Mom's hands?" She's like, oh my gosh, Eric, slow down, or we're going to lose that, which of course is exactly what I was doing, but they didn't need to make fun of me and rub it in. But anyway, I was just so happy when we finally got there and everybody was together and it was all good. But I cooked, and brought up a bunch of stuff, and, I had finger sandwiches and some salads and fruits, and, of course we had drinks, and I bought some tailgating games. So the kids were having fun, because we wanted to go up and have some fun before the game, and I wanted to make sure we got there in case we got lost, which Eric said we wouldn't, and we did. He said not lost. We just took the scenic route, and we got a little misplaced. But anyway, it was a really fun time, a great weekend, and I haven't talked one thing about this layout. So the background of this layout, I pulled some old brick looking paper, or paper that had old bricks on it, and that was really fun because it was reminiscent of some of the parts of the stadium. There was brick in the stadium and all, and I folded down that edge just to give it some different texture and something different to do. And then it was kind of an orangey color, and the Mets are blue and orange, so I mounted the pictures after I figured out how I wanted to do it with the layering off to the side there, and I took a circle stamp and I put it in 3 different spots. I did a blue and an orange circle in each area. I put some blue washi tape up top, and now I'm just trying to find a place for my camera paper clip. I haven't used those in a while. I got those a little over a year ago at Joann Fabrics, and I have a camera wood veneer. And I titled it, "I'm a Good Sport," because he was definitely a good sport, rooting for, and actually they were really good games, and the boys after a while were cheering for the Mets, so I was pretty proud, and they had a good time. It was really hot, but our seats were wonderful. We were on from home plate to third, so we were on that side of the stadium, so it didn't matter what time of day, we had no sun on us, where if you were from the plate to first base, right field side, man, they were burnt. Those people had no shade whatsoever. And so I'm like, good to know, no matter what time of day, stay on the left side. So, um, yeah, it was just a really, really fun weekend. Now, I ran out of small A's here, so I took the @ sign and cut off the circle part that goes around the A and used that. And then now I'm using all of these little cute smart alecky phrases like just saying. It's like Carlton saying or Carl is saying I am a good sport. So just saying and blah blah blah. And I think I use an arrow, a half circle arrow. And I forget what that one says on the top, but I think it says a note to self, and then I did a dot dot dot, and then I think I put a thumbtack. I use a thumbtack little stamp from there too, but I had fun using my stamps. It's not my favorite layout I've made, but it was something fun and different, and I just loved how all these words from these Felicity Jane stamps kind of went together to make a theme supporting him being a good sport. There's that thumbtack. So anyway, down below, I use this wood veneer, and I'm getting some different colored washi tape, some orange and blue, I think, and I tore it. I really like that tearing technique. And then I put the camera wood veneer, and I also have a flare in there, and I can't remember what the flare says, but I liked putting the flare there because you were able to see the washi tape behind the camera, and it looked kind of messy. So putting that orange colored, flare. Sorry, it's a day off and my brain's not functioning. I save that for work. But anyway, I put that in the center there, and it just really filled in that gap. See how you can see the washi tape through the whole of the camera there. So I think I end up just putting the date. This was June of 2015. I can't believe it's been that long already, but it's something we definitely want to do again. Something definitely you need to save for, but it was nice to be able to buy the tickets for everybody, stay in a hotel, buy everybody's food, because this is something kids in college can't afford. And Shelby's boyfriend Nick is an airman in the Air Force, and so it was just something neat and fun. It was a fun getaway. Carl had come down specifically for this trip. He was home with his family, so he came down for a couple of days and spent with us. So definitely a good family fun weekend. I was just using some of my Heidi Swapp Navy ink splatters there, but we'll see some close-ups here. Take a look at his face on that second picture. I just love that one of those two, though. It's a really, really nice photo of both of them. So it says, just saying, blah, 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 whatever. That one time, shut up, uh-oh, and I kind of like you. And it says, stay true, that flare. And I thought it was cool because he's like, I'm going to stay true to the Yankees. But anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.